Hello Internet, my name is Rob and welcome to my YouTube channel, A Minor Error. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at a Charvel Pro-Mod So-Cal Style 1 2HFR, what a title, electric guitar. But first, before I get into this video, if you like it and you'd like to help support me directly, I've provided some affiliate links down below in the description. That's a great way of supporting me and helping me be able to continue to make videos like this. Check the chapters down below, that'll help you skip around the different parts of the video. The flow of the video is gonna go a piece of music that I recorded exclusively on this guitar, followed by its features, the good, the bad, and then the verdict. So let's take a listen and hear this guitar in action. So now that we've heard the guitar, you may have noticed a little bit of a theme with the Doom t-shirts. The track that I did here is a cover of a song called I Sawed the Demons from the original Doom video game. This track is a part of my Doom Volume Number 2 EP that I just released. Yes, there is a Volume 1 as well, so if you're interested in checking that out, they're both streaming everywhere. Links down below to check those out. If you're interested in buying it, it also happens to be on my Bandcamp, as well as full tabs if you're interested in learning how to play my specific arrangement and version of any of these tracks. Again, description down below. For the signal chain, I took the time to use Gorgamite to clean the fingerboard and the frets, and then I restrung it with my favorite set of Stringjoy strings. Trying to go the extra mile so that you guys can really hear what this guitar sounds like. I then ran through a string source cable into a Mo2 M2 interface, and then as always, Neural DSP for the amps, processed by me, mixed and mastered by me as well. So let's talk the features of this guitar. New, this guitar costs $1,000, although if you look around used, you can find them for around $800 to $900. They do not come with a case as standard though. It's got a bolt-on design with a maple neck that is graphite reinforced and an alder body. The neck has a hand-rubbed urethane finish and a compound radius of 12 inch to 16 inches. It also is a 22 fret guitar and they are nickel frets. This guitar is a 2 humbucker sort of superstrat style instrument, and it has 2 different Seymour Duncan humbucker pickups. For the neck pickup, you get a Seymour Duncan SH6N humbucker pickup, and then the bridge pickup is a Seymour Duncan TB6 Distortion humbucker. Those pickups are wired up to a master tone and a master volume knob, and they come with a 3-way pickup selector switch. It does have push-pull so that you can get at some of those coil tap sounds that you're missing with just the 3-way switch. This guitar is a fully floating Floyd Rose tremolo, and it's the FRT O2000 model. On to the good. A very strong positive of this guitar is that the body is extremely comfortable to play sitting down. It's very smooth, it's well sculpted, there's no sharp edges that dig into your arm, especially your picking hand arm. Found it to be a very comfortable instrument to play sitting for long periods of time. The tremolo here is also a definite positive. Once I got it all dialed in and the strings were changed and stretched out, it stayed in tune very well, and it did also flutter. The micro tuner movement on it was also very smooth. Sometimes those micro tuners on these more budget level instruments can be a little gritty and hard to turn, and then that makes dialing in that tuning a little frustrating. Not the case here, nice and smooth. Another positive here is the Seymour Duncan pickups. I found both of them to be pretty good pairings with the tone woods of the guitar, and in general worked pretty well for both leads and rhythms. They were nice and versatile, worked well for cleans as well, and had a nice kind of mid-rangey tone that I really dug. Another positive is the fretwork here. It's very smooth, especially after I'd polished up the frets, and the truss rod relief was great right out of the box. I didn't have to make any truss rod adjustments to get a nice, low, consistent action. The back of the neck is also a major plus. I love the finish that they went with here. It's very smooth, it doesn't get gummed up. It's definitely one of those finishes that if you have to play outside on like a hot and humid day, it's gonna stay nice and fast, and it's not gonna get super sticky. It's very comfortable. So now that I'm about halfway through this video, it's a good time for me to plug what I do. So first, I'm an original progressive metal guitar player. I write and release my own music here on my channel. I also do thorough guitar reviews like this one, other product reviews, and some music theory and guitar lessons on my channel. I also do give Zoom lessons. I give guitar lessons, music theory lessons, ear training, and music production lessons on Zoom. So if you're interested in a lesson, contact info down below. And on to the bad. Unfortunately, there are a couple kind of major things here. The first thing, and the largest thing that's negative, is that the neck is quite crooked with its connection point against the body. There's actually a lot more space on the first string from the edge of the fret than there is on like the 6th string, which means the 6th string is very, very prone to fretting out. It's really, really obvious, and I'm surprised that it managed to get through the quality control at Charvel. Another crazy neck-related thing that happened that I've never had happen on any guitar before was while I was playing, the neck shifted like majorly in the pocket on me, and I discovered that the screws were crazy loose from the neck to the body connection point. And after I had tightened them, the whole thing was like wildly out of tune, and I had to completely unbolt, and it was just a very, very bad experience. Again, I'm just really surprised that this got through quality control at Charvel. They really should have caught it. This is a little bit more of an expensive guitar, really should have a better neck to body connection there. Another negative is the controls layout. The volume knob is put way too awkwardly close for kind of no reason that I can tell to the pickup selector switch. So once the switch is put in the bridge position, it's very cumbersome to change it back. You have to basically loop your hand around the volume knob. It's not the worst placement I've ever seen, but it's pretty close to it and definitely a negative. I personally also don't like that it has a 3-way switch with the push-pull. I'm always talking about how I don't like that. I would much have preferred a simpler 5-way switch. That way you can get at those Strat-like tones and then quickly, in just one move, get back to a regular humbucker sound. In my opinion, 5-way switch would have been better here. I was also a little surprised for an instrument that is obviously intended for a shredder that it's only a 22 fret. I kind of expected 24. It's not a huge negative, but it is worthwhile to point out. And then a couple other things. Cosmetically, I find this color combo to be a little boring. I've seen other color combos they have of this model that are definitely much better looking instruments. It's just a little kind of flat and boring. I don't like the pairing of the black pickguard with that black hardware. The backplate of the guitar is also solid, so if you need to make any truss rod adjustment, you have to get your screwdriver out, and it just makes the whole process take longer than it realistically should. It's also worthwhile to point out that the guitar is surprisingly heavy. So if you're planning on gigging with this and you're going to be standing for a while, if you have back problems or something like that, because I know I do, you might want to consider a different instrument. It's surprisingly bulky and heavy. And the verdict: should you consider buying this Charvel? In the end, I would probably say yes. I think it's a pretty good guitar. The tremolo was reliable. A lot of these sort of like beginner to intermediate level guitars that have tremolos can be very hit or miss, and I found that the tremolo sounded pretty good. I think maybe a pickup upgrade on the bridge pickup might make a little bit more sense. But overall, I think the platform that you've got here is pretty solid, especially if you're gonna be gigging with it. It's definitely a gig-ready guitar, but beware of those quality control issues. Probably only buy one if you have the option that you can return it if you get a dud. So thanks for watching this review. Hope you gained some insight on this instrument, help better inform you and your purchase. Leave a comment down below. Love hearing about how you think the guitar sounded. And I love talking gear with people in general. You can also stop by my YouTube channel if you'd like to see more reviews. They're all organized in my guitar reviews playlist.